This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by teenage prodigy Danny Murrell here in Sheffield. Danny, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good, pal. I'm good. Obviously, good as always to hear you're doing well yourself. As I mentioned, we're here in Sheffield. You're the youngster in the gym with Dave Allen. Talk to me about how things have been going at the beginning of 2020 and how the year's been shaping up for yourself.
It's a bit different from last year. We've got new people on board. Jay, who's just over there. Jay's joined us now. Liam, Liam were already with us last year. And Paul Smith started training with us. He's not here at the minute, but it's like a change of routine. Me and at the start of last year, it was just me and Dave. That were our routine, and then it was me, Liam and Dave, and now it's me, Jay, Liam and Dave. So things are changing, but it's just for the better. So I'm enjoying it.
Talk to me about how have you found the differences. Originally, when you joined Dave, it was just you two, so you had a lot more one-to-one work, and you was able to focus a lot more on your relationship as trainer and trainee, if that's the right word. How have you found things now, having 3, 4, 5 more people in the camp now?
It's good. Not that I didn't enjoy it when it was just me and Dave, but it's nice to have someone else to, because Dave was just training me. Dave wasn't training with me. It's nice to see Dave training with us as well. But it was hard to doing hill sprints on yourself. You had no one to push you along. I still grafted anyway, but it's just easier to Liam's really. It's like me and Liam work together, and then Jay and Dave work together. Me and Liam, similar weight. We spar each other. I bring him on with the boxing because he hasn't been doing it long. I bring him on with the boxing. He brings me on with the training. So he's very athletic. I bet you Dave's already said he's gifted. He can do anything. So when it comes to hill sprints and things like that, he's blowing me away. But it just gives me that extra push, getting up the hills and things like that.
How have you found having Jay involved in the camp as well? Jay, obviously a professional boxer. How have you found having him in the mix, another heavyweight in the mix?
Good. It's an heavyweight's going to help Dave now. It's like Dave and Jay can bounce off each other. Instead of me and Liam body sparring with Dave, it's Jay's job. So it's better for my ribs. So yeah, he's got a lot of talent, Jay. As Dave's probably said, he's very good at boxing. He just needs to get the weight off and needs to train hard, and that's what he's doing. So it's good to see.
Obviously, moving forwards into the year, what have you got lined up?
I've got a couple more amateur bouts just to keep me busy. I enjoy having these amateur bouts. Just it gives me a reason to train in a way. I know what I'm training for. It just gives you that. Every time after a fight you go in the gym, that a bit sharper. It makes. But I'm turning pro in May. That's the plan. And then we'll go from there. I'm sure Dave's got it all planned out. He's that type of person. But yeah, I'm turning 18 in May and I'll be turning pro as well. Doing it young, but I've got a lot of good opportunities with Dave. On shows like these, I can. The hope is just jump on the undercard. Build myself up. Dave's expecting a lot out of me in my pro career, so build myself up, and hopefully by the time I'm 20 odd, start headlining shows like these. That's the plan. That's the dream.
Why 18? Why so young? Obviously, I know you've only worked with Dave for probably about a year or so now. 2 years. Blimey, time flies. But why 18? Why not just give yourself maybe a couple more years on the amateur scene, working with Dave to improve on things? Why 18?
It's a lot. It's been an hard decision. I've thought about it a lot myself, but it's like I said, the opportunity. Dave might not be boxing in a couple of years. He might, and then it'll be just twice as hard for me to get on undercards like these. But if Dave's getting on these shows and can put a good word in for me, saying come on Eddie, get Danny on undercard and things like that. And plus I'm suited to. I'm a pro style fighter. When I spar, I don't do 3 rounds. I do 6, 8 rounds. You know what I mean? I'm trained. The end result at the end of the day is being a pro. So why, if I'm being told I'm good enough to do it, why not? I'm sparring pro. I'm in Steffi Bull's gym. I'm mixing with Jamie and Gavin, Jason Cunningham and Lee and all these people, Ant Tomlinson. You know what I mean? I'm sparring and I'm holding my own, and I feel ready for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Moving away from yourself, and something I was going to get your thoughts on. Obviously, I just did an interview with Dave, and Dave said and discussed when he was in the ambulance to the hospital after the David Price fight, he was paralysed for 40 minutes or 2 hours, between 40 minutes and 2 hours. I know there's a bit of a difference there, but that's what he said. What's your thoughts on him continuing with boxing? You know, he said to me that he sees you as basically a brother to him. You got a very close bond. What's your thoughts on his continuing to box?
It were horrible to see, because it is true what he's like a brother to me. I do, I love him to bits, and to see him in that hospital, me and Darren were sat there. I were really upset, like anybody would be. It was scary. We didn't know what was going off. Dave's, seen as a very tough man, and for him to say, at that time I thought, I've had enough. I knew there were an issue, and I was speaking to him in corner, but how long's it been now? 7 months, something like that. It's been a long time, and we've had a lot of talks about what he wanted to do. I see him in the gym. If he's, it's medically been put through it, it's what he loves to do. He does love, what I mean. It's an hard one to say. I have said to him, "Come on now, Dave." And obviously after these medicals and that, it's been hard to get through him. He's been stressed out, but if it's all clear, you know what I mean, I don't see why not. He loves doing it. Whatever makes him happy, I'm happy with, in a way.
Then just moving on, just want to quickly get your thoughts. Wilder Fury 2, we're about a month away now, Danny. Just talk to me about what you think is going to happen. Not a month, sorry, 2 weeks. I keep saying a month.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. God, it comes around quick. I would love Fury to win, obviously, like anybody else. It's just hard, isn't it? It were an hard fight to watch. Wilder's got this stupid, otherworldly power that one punch put Tyson Fury out. But if Tyson Fury can box like he did, he outclasses him with the boxing and just don't get caught by these massive swings of shots and ride through it. I think he'll get another points decision. And then I think Wilder's not got the greatest chin. He got rocked by Louis Ortiz a couple of times. So I think possibly a late round knockout, if not points decision to Fury, I think.
A final word to yourself, Danny. What would you like to say to everybody who tunes in to watch this interview?
Give it a like. Big up Boxing Social.
Danny Murrell, it's a pleasure, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for speaking to myself on Boxing Social.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.